3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Hello guys, what is up? Welcome back to the Sports Shifts with me, Ian Marquez. Happy New Year to everyone. We have an exciting weekend of Premier League action coming up, so let's get started. Well, these are the fixtures for the weekend. We have struggling Spurs who are hit by a bug. We're even sure if they'd be able to field 11 players. The game was considering being postponed against Newcastle. We have Aston Villa at home to struggling Leicester. Bournemouth, up and down Bournemouth. Very solid defensively but not clinical against another solid team in Everton. Could be low scoring. London Derby with Palace hosting Chelsea, trying to get back to winning ways. Man City trying to string together a run of wins against West Ham. Struggling Southampton, needing some points against Brentford, who away from home they've been solid defensively but haven't been scoring many goals. Brighton against Arsenal. Fulham hosting Ipswich after that huge win against Chelsea. Liverpool looking to annihilate Man United. And on Monday night we have Wolves hosting Nottingham Forest. So let's see my picks. Well, here you have it. I have Newcastle continuing their hot run of form. Isaac has been unstoppable. Gordon back on the left wing has been immense. And they looked a lot better defensively, so I think they run away with it against Spurs. I think it could be bad. Spurs may score, but we have to see how the tide looks after that health issue. We have Villa hosting Leicester. I mean, I like Rude. He was a good coach for United for a little bit. I think he's going to be a good coach, but Leicester just don't have the quality. They don't have the players. And I think Aston Villa run rampant. Watkins fighting back for his spot after Duran got suspended, so we'll see how that goes. Bournemouth at home to Everton. Evan Nilsson back in the goals finally after that little hiatus. Bournemouth a really well coached side, strong defensively. They create chances, they take the few chances they create, although they're not that clinical. So it could be a low scoring 1-0, 1-0. Everton looked a little better. They've been a lot more solid defensively, so we'll see how this one goes. But I think Bournemouth just nick it. And my first surprise result for the weekend, Chelsea once more failed to get a win away to Crystal Palace. Palace a little unfortunate in recent weeks. Sarr has looked really good, although he was unable to score last week. He did have a 1-on-1, forcing Leno to make a really big save. And Chelsea have just struggled defensively. I think both teams score, and I think it ends in a 1-0 or 2-0 draw. Man City at home to West Ham. I mean, this one's pretty easy to predict. Bowen is hurt. Antonio is out, as we know. Can Kudus carry this side? I think Man City do come out victorious unless they beat themselves, as they usually like to do. Southampton at home to Brentford. I mean, Brentford away from home have not looked great. I know Mbemo came out with an early goal and it looked good for a minute, but Arsenal were able to prevail. And I think they get back to win ways on the road against Southampton. We have Brighton hosting Arsenal. Brighton have been struggling to find their feet. We know they've never been solid defensively due to their play style, playing at the back, playing risky football, but it pays off if it works. However, against Arsenal, I think Arsenal will take advantage of that. Jesus on a quick counter, winning the ball high up. I think he'll find the net. And the goals have dried up for Brighton, which is the main issue. Shaw Pedro has not been as convincing as he was before. The likes of Mitoma, Adingra, Minta, they've just not been able to have that impact that they had earlier in the season. Fulham at home to Ipswich. Ipswich, although they don't really have the points to show for it, they have not been an easy team to play against. They do usually find a way to score, and they finally got the first home win in 19 years against Chelsea. I think both teams score once again, but I do think it ends up in a 1-1 draw. When you're watching Ipswich, you only need to turn on the last 5 minutes, and that's what's going to decide the game, every single game for Ipswich. Although in recent weeks it's been them scoring late, but it's always a late goal in that game, so stay tuned. Liverpool against Man United, I mean, what's to say? Probably going to be like a 4-0 running here. Salah probably scoring 2, assisting 1. Captain him in fantasy, maybe triple captain him, who knows. But if you got some money, put it on Salah to score, because that's a guarantee. Then on Monday night we have New Look Wolves at home to Champions League place Nottingham Forest. They were second place in the Prem for a brief while until Arsenal took it back. However, they're fighting for a Champions League spot, and they're hard to beat. They're hard to play against. They take the chances and they defend solidly. New Look Wolves, however, are not as easy to score against, and they've looked a lot better. How are they going to look without Cunha due to his suspension? I guess we'll find out. I have this game ending in a very low scoring draw. So let's look at some betting picks. Well, for the goals, I already told you, Salah against struggling Man United. He loves to play United, especially at home. I don't see how he goes without scoring. Meanwhile, Isaac, he's playing against Spurs, struggling Spurs defensively. He's in fine form. I think he's very easy to get one, probably 2 goals in this game. Pretty safe bet there for me. So for cards, well, Ugarte against Liverpool, I mean, he's going to get a yellow card sooner or later at some point in the match, trying to stop a counter attack. That's almost a guarantee. Believer against Arsenal, similar reasons. Stopping a counter attack, just taking one for the team. Very easy to see both of these guys getting a yellow. And now for the full-time result, we have Arsenal, Liverpool against the likes of Brighton, Man United, and Newcastle against the struggling Spurs side. I think those are all pretty safe bets to win. And if you're betting, those are my picks. Now let's look at some long shots. So for the goals, I have Jesus scoring against Brighton. I already told you their aggressive play style, playing out from the back, very risky, and I can see Jesus pouncing on a loose ball and tossing home a very easy gift. For the yellow cards, well, I have Pape Sarr against Newcastle, assuming he plays due to the health issues, but in that midfield it's so hard to compete. Joelinton is so powerful, and like Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali, they're all very hard to get off the ball. I think Sarr is very likely to commit a few fouls and probably get a yellow card. But finally, I think Aston Villa, I know they can be a little unpredictable. They got hammered against Newcastle, but that was due to Durant's early red card. I think they'll come out very comfortable winners against Leicester. So those are my betting picks. Well, just to emphasize it a little bit, these are the odds to score. Look at the top few picks. Once again, as usual, Haaland sits top of the charts, followed by Isaac and Salah. Also have Watkins due to his fixture against Leicester. All these guys have odds less than 2 expected to score, so it's a pretty safe bet if you're asking me. After that, it gets a little riskier. We have the likes of Palmer against Palace. We have Luis Diaz against United. After that, it gets a little bit riskier. We have the likes of Palmer against Palace, Diaz against United. I think that's only risky because it's hard to guess who's going to score, not whether they'll score. And the likes of Gakpo, Jimenez, Evanilson, Jackson, your typical suspects with under 3. And once he gets to 3 with the likes of Jesus, Wood, Armstrong for Southampton, then getting a little riskier, and it's more of a riskier play. Those stats go in tandem with the clean sheet odds. As you can see, the higher odds going to the likes of West Ham against City. Definitely not expected to keep a clean sheet there, as well as Man United, Leicester, Spurs. Typical suspects, so that's why Isaac and Salah are pretty safe bets. West Ham, I don't know where the goal will come from for City. Probably Haaland, but it can be alternatives, so you can also look at City. And in terms of the stronger sides, the likes of Aston Villa, Leicester have been struggling to score, United struggling to score, and Everton usually play for a 0-0. So that's why those top teams are pretty safe with their clean sheet. But as we know, the Premier League is unpredictable, so take it at your own risk. That's gonna do it for this video, guys. Enjoy another exciting weekend of Premier League action, and stay tuned for more videos. See you guys later.